My name is Toyosi Labeodon. You're welcome to today's live event where we'll be talking about tips on making a successful study visa application. So my name once again is Toyosi Labeodon, and I'm the principal immigration consultant of TrueLink Immigration Services. TrueLink is a Canadian-based immigration firm. We have a head office in Edmonton, Canada, and we help people migrate. We help people who wants to study. We help people who wants to move from where they are to a new country. So if you want to come to Canada, or you want to come here to study, you want to come here to work, you want to come here to invest, or even if you want to visit families or visit friends or come for holiday, we're actually the true link that you need to achieve that goal. So, for example, it's not just Canada that we do actually. So, if you also want to go to US, you want to go to UK, you also want to study in UK, US, or thereabout, we can actually help you. We have a head office in Canada, so we have a physical presence in Canada, and we also have a physical presence in Nigeria. So if you want to reach out to us, you can call us, you can send us a WhatsApp message, you can also send us an email. So our contacts are actually showing here. That's our WhatsApp number, +1 587 568 6124. That's our WhatsApp number again, +1 587 568 6124. That's our WhatsApp number. And that's our website. You can see it on the screen, www.truelinktravel.com. So you can go to our website and you can always get a lot of information about all the things that we do on our website. So before I go on, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also follow us on all our social media handles. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're also on Twitter. So follow us. We post a lot of videos. We post a lot of informative information that you need, especially for those that wants to process the application by themselves. We've actually put. There are so many resources that are on our pages that you can watch. For example, on our YouTube channel, there are so many videos that we have done that you can watch, and when you watch them, you can actually use that to process the visas by yourself. And for those that just want to get to know one or two things too, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our handle is at TrueLink Travel. Even our Facebook, our Instagram, and our Twitter handle is also at TrueLink Travel. So what's the topic for today? The topic where we'll be talking on is tips on making a successful study visa application. Tips on making a successful study visa application. Why is this topic very important? For so many reasons. Many people want to come to study in Canada, but many people get refusals. Many people also want to migrate, and they have to first process a study visa, come to Canada first before they can complete the process of migration to Canada. And if you want to process Canada, you want to ensure that whatever you are doing, you get results for it. So getting to know what you need to do to ensure that your study visa application is not refused is very important. So that's why I'm here today. We have been assisting so many people to migrate to Canada. We've assisted so many people to apply for study visas, and we have been getting wonderful results. Wonderful results. Last month alone, that's in January, we had 25 study visa approvals. and 30 of our study visa clients who had gotten their visas arrived in Canada in January. Yeah. So we've been having what we call phenomenal approvals. That's what I would call it. And it's not just because the visa officers are just approving. They are looking at what we are doing and looking at what we are doing to approve it. It's not like it's not like things just come, they just approve your visas. No. What are you doing? You have to do it right. If you are doing it right, the likelihood that your visa will be approved is high if you are doing the right thing. If you do the wrong thing, you have a very high chance that your visa will be refused. And I also want to talk about one of the highlights we had last year. Oh, sorry, one of the highlights we had in January, this January. We got a visa approved for a 52-year-old woman. Yeah, in January 2021, 2022, January 2022. Sorry, we're in 2022 now. We got a visa approved for a 52-year-old woman. I'm sure many of you know that online, when you go online, you see people tell you that once you are 40 and above, it's very difficult for you to get a study visa. For us, it's not a barrier. No. So if we got a visa for a 52-year-old woman, that means there's a lot that we can do. Let me play the discussion I had with her. I spoke with her myself, so you're going to hear my voice and her voice now. Definitely, you should know my voice now. If I play the audio, you should know my voice. Then, if I heard a lot of other travel agencies are copying this audio and changing the content to their own just to use it to deceive their client. This is an audio I did with the client. So just watch this short clip and hear what she said. Hello, good morning, ma.
Good morning. Happy New Year.
Same to you, ma. It's been a while. Happy New Year to you, ma.
Yeah, I said let me not disturb you. I'm just being hopeful. I've been following you on Instagram, all the good news. I said, well, when you write their ages, I said, I'm sure you'll be proud to write my own age.
Wow. Okay, I have news for you. Your visa has been approved. And I tell you, you've broken our record. You've broken our record again. You are the oldest. You are the oldest person we've gotten the visa for so far.
Call me back. I need to dance.
All right, all right. So that's the kind of joy we get in our office. January has been phenomenal, really phenomenal, really. We had so many approvals, and I said the highlight was this 52-year-old woman that we got a study visa for. She was so excited. And so the funny thing is, our admission is even for September 2022. September 2022, she's gotten a visa as of January. She won't be able to travel until August because most times the airlines will not carry you until 3 weeks to the time you are supposed to start your program. So she's still going to be in her country of origin till that time. And we are very happy. She's also so excited. She's very excited to, and she's referred us to so many clients. So that's just one of the highlights that we had. So going back to today's topic, I said we had phenomenal approvals in January. Over 30 of our clients landed in January, 25 study visa approvals. So we're getting results because I think we're doing things right. We understand the process and we take time to ensure that we do things well. And that's why I'm here today to talk to you about some of the things we do in our office that will help you get it right, especially if you want to do the process by yourself. So there are so many issues. We can't talk about everything, but at least I will talk about the few things that would ensure that your study visa is successful. So the first thing I want to talk about is your statement of purpose. When you are submitting a study application, you must submit a statement of purpose. What do I mean by statement of purpose? This is the letter that you write that seeks to explain to the visa officer everything about you that relates to the application that you're making. So, for example, you got admission to study human resources management in one of the universities. You write that there. Then, if there are things that you think the visa officer needs to understand that is not in the form that you filled, you must write them in your statement of purpose. Very important. So, for example, maybe you've traveled before to some other countries and you were refused entry. Maybe you've been to the US, you were refused entry, or your visa was revoked, or you were deported. You need to write it and explain in that letter. And if there are things that would make the visa officer see that you are super qualified for the visa, you need to bring it out. Don't assume that he should understand. No, for Canada, you don't go for interviews. No interview for Canada. It's what you submit that the officer will look at and use to decide whether he or she will approve your visa. So anything that you need to explain that you think the visa officer might see it, we anticipate that, oh, they might think like this, and we address it. So if there's any issue at all, for example, you have assets, you have funds, break your funds down inside the statement of purpose. Let him see it. Don't assume that. Don't just say, "Oh, I have enough funds for my study." No, show him the funds. Show him the breakdown of the funds. Where are the funds? Where are they? Is it in your bank account? Is it in an investment account? How much are the assets that you have? What are the assets that you list them? Put the value there. Everything that you need to explain should be inside that statement of purpose. Everything, because that is really what the officer is like going to look at to decide whether it will grant your visa. It will look at the form that you filled. The form that you fill is simple. It's just asking your address. Have you traveled? Not even have you traveled. Have you, the background check, your previous work history, and all that. In fact, you might also have to explain some things about your work history. How does your course relate to? How does justify why you are going to study the course you want to go and study? That you must do that inside that statement of purpose. Why do you want to go and study human resources? I'll give an example. For example, I said I used to be in the medical field many years back, and I'm now doing emission consulting. I came to Canada to study emission consulting. Yeah. How the justification for doing that? You need to justify it very well. If you are unable to justify it, the visa officer will refuse your visa on the basis of purpose. He will just tell you, I don't see any reason why you should come and study what you want to study. There's no course you cannot study as long as you can justify it. And what you are going to use to justify it is the statement of purpose that you have written. So there should be a title there that talks about why I decided to study human resources management. So think about it, and don't go and do copy and paste. Don't go online and copy what you see online. That someone wrote this and you copied and paste. No, turn that thing around. Write it in your own words. Look at yourself. What are your circumstances? Look at what you do. What do you do? And come up with concrete reasons. Reasons that when you yourself listen to it, to yourself, when you read it out, be like, wow, this is nice. So don't just go and say, well, I just love human resources and I want to go and study it. I see a lot of statement of purpose and I'm like, oh, if you submit this one, it's just automatic refusal. Someone just writes some funny stories or very simple things. I'm not saying you should write something complex, but you should be able to justify why you are going for the course you want to go and study. So your statement of purpose is very important. If we start a seminar today on statement of purpose, we'll be here for 4 or 5 hours talking about it. So if you need help with writing statement of purpose, you can reach out to us. That's one of the things we do. We assist our clients. Even though our clients ask to write, you write, we ask to write, but we push you, we help you remodel it. We ensure that your statement of purpose is suitable for what you are doing. We do everything to ensure that what you are submitting portrays you well and brings out the positive things in you. Yeah, there are one or two negative things that you may have to. Yeah, but despite that, we would ensure that at the end of the day, you have a good write up that will give you a visa. For example, if you have not traveled before, write it there. The really, travel history is not an issue for us for visa approvals. We've had so many people who are now traveled and we got visas for them. So what we do, we write it there, explain it in your statement of purpose. Why have you not traveled? Yeah, you may have reasons, you may have reasons, but put something down. Why have you not traveled before? Why are you going to come back to your country of origin? What? Yeah, why are you going to come back? You need to write everything there. What's going to bring you back? Is it your job? Is it your nuclear family? Write everything down there. Explain to him. Because see, if your visa is refused and you want to maybe do a reconsideration or take it to court if you feel the visa was not justified, those are the things they will look at. That, oh, did you address those concerns that the visa officer raised? If you addressed it, the judge will definitely say, no, 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 this visa officer, you are wrong in this aspect. Go and let someone else look at it and possibly approve it if it feels you meet the requirements. So your SOP must be well written. Do not submit a study visa application without submitting an SOP, statement of purpose. Please do not do that. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is proof of funds. Very, very important. I've had a lot of people come to me to talk about how can you help us with proof of fund. We don't help you with proof of fund, but we guide you on what you need to do to get it right. That's what we do. We do not help you. We don't provide that. And be very careful about people that tell you or promise you they'll give you proof of funds. Yesterday, I had a conversation with a client who she was crying on the phone, really crying because now she's getting a ban of 5 years. What happened? She said she spoke with an agent who told her, don't worry, I'll help you with proof of funds, and said just print your statement and send it to me. The person went to edit her statement and she too, I don't know, she said she didn't look at it. She submitted it, and at the end of the day, after paying so much money to the agent for proof of funds, the embassy confirmed a statement of account and they said it was a fake statement. And they sent what they call procedural fairness letter to her to explain why she should not be banned. So now she's going to get a visa refusal. She couldn't explain anything. What does she want to explain? You submitted a bank statement in your name and it's fake. What do you want to explain? How do you want to explain that? You say it's an agent that did it for you and it's your bank statement. Now she's going to get a ban. So be careful about people that tell you that they want to give you a statement of account. Even many agents that give you statement of account, they are after the funds, the money they will make from you. Why? Because they will use one statement for 1,000 people. And after a while, the embassy will flag that statement. And they can even trace it back. That who are those that use this statement of account and start recalling. It's possible. So if you are so unfortunate that they flag the statement of account when it gets your own turn, that will be a ban. You get a ban because they will tell you that you used an agent and you did not declare. Because the agent is just using one statement for everybody that comes. Everybody just keep sending it. I'm sponsoring this person. I'm sponsoring this person. It doesn't work like that. So be careful. It's better for you to go and look for a sponsor. Get an uncle, get an auntie, look for people to help you with that, with your fund, proof of funds, instead of putting your handing over your proof of funds to an agent, or some of them will not even let you know what they submitted on your behalf. No, that is not good. Be careful. So make sure you have sufficient funds for your study. If your study program is if your tuition fee is $20,000, your living expense for 1 year is $10,000. Make sure you have minimum of that in your account or your sponsor's account. Do not submit an application to the embassy when the funds in your account is not sufficient to take care of your studies. If the visa officer goes through it and looks at it, he will refuse your visa. Because if you just tell you don't have proof of funds, you don't have enough funds to study. Yeah, one of the reasons why you're coming to study in Canada is you need to show to them that you have the funds to finance your studies. So you should have it in your bank statement. And if you don't have it, you can have it in assets. But the asset has to be well documented. It's not as if don't some people just think you want to write that you have assets, but the money is not showing in your accounts. How did you get the assets? Ask yourself. How did you transfer money to the people? How did you transfer money to the people that you bought the assets from? So if you have, for example, you said you have 20 houses, and your bank statement says you have 100,000 naira closing balance. And when they look at the history of your account, we're not saying any big transaction in your account, you're having 5 naira, 10 naira, or 2,000 naira as closing balance regularly. How do you want to defend that you have those houses? So see, that's why at times some of those things, some of the lies we are trying to put down to support what we are doing, it doesn't work. So if you have assets, for example, some people come to me and tell me, "Oh, okay, we can get fixed deposit." It's fine, you can use fixed deposit. But where did the fixed deposit? Where did you move the funds for the fixed deposit? Where did you move it from? I want to say it. So if you think you also want to go and do runs for fixed deposit and submit it, if you're not careful, it will boomerang. Because if you're telling me that, one of the things I do is I show them, yeah, we don't have money. My client doesn't have money in the account. My client doesn't have money in account, but the money in our account came from the money in our investment account came from this account. Show them, let them see it. Let them see it. When they see that, it does help to show that yes, you really have these funds. So saying that, oh, you have properties, but your closing balance in the last 6 months is showing that you have just a closing balance of 5,000 every month, will not work. It's even going to put you into more troubles if you're not careful. So you can use assets, you can use investment. There's many things you can use, but there should still be. But just make sure whatever you use, you have sufficient funds to take care of your living expense and your school fees for the year. If you can pay your school fees, fine. But I've gotten visa approved for people who never pay school fees. They didn't pay school fees and we got approval for them. So it's not about paying school fees. Well, it's fine if you can pay it. It's fine. That's fine. At least that's one evidence that we can add to it that okay, yes, you have this, you've paid this, you've done all that. So if you're also having irregular transfers into your account, for example, I've seen some bank statement where for 1 year the highest money that came to that account is maybe 400,000, 500,000. When you now want to go and submit, 10 million just enters the account. They will flag it. If you can, so if those kind of funds, you need to explain the source. What is the source of that money? Where did you get it from? Document it in your statement of purpose. Very important. Because the officer can look at that. Oh, where did you get this from? You said you are working, your salary is showing in your account, bank statement that you are earning 100,000 every month. So how did you get 10 million? How did you get it? Someone called me yesterday and said we were discussing, he said he got a refusal. How much was it? Okay, said they had all the money, he had this, he had 25 million in his account, this. Okay, all right, send it to me. I looked at it and I said it. And the reason for his refusal was financials. Why? Because what I told you right now was what happened. He has so much in his account, but all through the history of the account was a very bad account. But if he had explained the source of the money and all that, it might have been possible. Yeah, it might have been possible. But he didn't do that. So we're now trying to see how to remedy how to provide solution to the issues he already has. So be careful, pool of funds. Don't just think I have the money in my account already. No. You are saying you are working somewhere. Are you earning salary? Is your funds, your salary, is it coming into your account? If your pool of funds is accumulation of your salary, now calculate it. How much are you earning? Can your salary take care of your bills? Calculate it. Some people come to me and they earn 50,000 and they say they have 20 million in their account. How did you get the funds? You need to explain it. So those are some of the things you need to write in your SOP, statement of purpose, so that you can explain all this to the officer. He can understand, so that it will not end up refusing your visa based on funds when you even have the funds in your account. So even if you are using a sponsor, it's possible. We've used sponsors to get visas for people, a lot of people too. If you have a sponsor, fine. Show them the link between your sponsor and yourself. Don't just say an auntie. Yeah, we know in some countries everybody is our auntie, everybody is our uncle. In some countries, yeah. But if you can show the link or show the relationship between you and the uncle or you and the sponsor, it's very good. It goes a long way to help ensure that the visa officer does not query your sponsor. It's probably tells you that it's not satisfied that you will have access to the funds the sponsor is going to give you. But if you can show the link, as the sponsor is sponsoring you previously, do you have pictures you've taken with the sponsor? Do you have events you have attended with the sponsor? Do you have things you have done with the sponsor? Document it so that you can show that this person is close to me. Why will I want to sponsor you? What's the link between me and you that will make me decide that I want to spend over 10 million naira on you? It has to be a close link. So show the link if possible. The next thing I want to talk about is your course of study. Course of study is very, very important. Many There are so many refusals on the course of study. And one of the things we do in our own office, from the start, we help you, we guide you. I said it earlier on, there's no course you cannot study as long as you can justify it. But at times, when you select courses, it's funny. For example, and when you select courses and you do not explain why you are selecting why you decide to study that course, this what I'm saying now goes back to my first comment on SOP, where I said you can study any course you want to study, but make sure you can justify why you're going for that course. And I gave myself an example. So if I cannot justify why I want to do this, okay, for example, I could have said, oh, I'm leaving the medical field. I don't really enjoy that again. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy helping people get visas and all that. And I want to open a company in another 5 years or in another 1 year. I want to open a travel agency so I can help people achieve their goals of migrating to Canada, blah, blah, blah. Document it. If you're registered a business, put it down there. Evidence-based, not just saying stories. Evidence-based. What plans have you made? Do you have a business plan for your business that you want to do? Put it there. Any documents you have. Have you opened a bank account? Have you done your research? As much, all the documents you can put there to support your application, put it there. So choose the right course. I had someone that was talking to me recently who said the person works as an admin officer where she works, and she's been there for like 15 years, and now she said she wants to go and do data, something IT related. And I asked her, what's the education? She couldn't talk. Someone else, I had a conversation with someone too this last week whose visa has already been refused. Now we're trying to reapply again. She selected personal support worker when she's working in a bank. And the question I was going to ask, I asked her, you are working in a bank where you are. You said you want to come and study personal support worker in Canada. A diploma, ordinary diploma course. Why? She said the reason is because she believes that course will sell in Canada and she'll get a job in Canada. And I asked her, when you want to come and study in Canada, are you supposed to show them that you are going back, or you want to do a course that will make you stay in Canada? That's when the shell on her eyes opened up. Wow. Because she was doing things she was showing the visa officer that she wants to remain in Canada after her study. That's what, even if, we know many people don't go back, we know. But you don't have to show, you don't have to make it obvious. So why will a banker go and apply for another diploma course and say she wants to come and do personal support worker? And you're working in the bank for 10 or 15 years. You now want to come and do personal support worker. It doesn't flow. When you go back to your country, what do you want to use that to do? But if you can justify it, fine. If you can put pen on paper and write why you want to study that course, it makes a lot of sense. If you can justify it, fine. And that's one of the things we help our clients to do. We help you justify all these things to ensure that you get it right. So choose the right course. Most times when you choose a course that flows with maybe your previous study, your current occupation, or your future plan. So for example, if I'm a business development officer, you want to get promotion to the next level, you can apply for that. Or let me give another example. Maybe you are working as an human resource officer where you are. You can come, and you might not even, in some countries you can work anywhere with any qualification, and you don't have a qualification in that. Yeah, you can come here to come and do something related to human resources management, because your next promotion might be to the post of human resources manager, and you want to get the knowledge, the skill, the theoretical knowledge of what you are doing from an advanced country. That flows. But when you say you are human resource officer where you now want to come and study personal support worker in Canada. That's it. They will look, the visa officer will take a look at that option very well. And they are looking for very little thing to use to refuse your visa. So why do you want to give them the opportunity? When you get to Canada, you can change your course. Yeah, you can. We did that for many of our clients. When you get to Canada, you can change your course. So I also want to talk about previous refusals. If you have had a previous refusal in the past, don't just resubmit. Get an expert to help you. The reason why I'm saying this is because you want to be sure that the reasons why your previous application was refused, you addressed it well. It's addressed well before you submit a new application. Yeah, you want to ensure that the reason why your previous application was refused is well addressed before you submit a new application. If it's not well addressed, your visa will be refused again. We had one of the clients that landed in January 2022. Before he came to us, he had had three previous refusals, and we still got him a study visa to Canada. We even had a client who had a ban, US ban. She has also applied to the US she had also applied to Canada before. Just uh, within all this thing within a year, she had a ban. She had applied to Canada before for a visitor visa. Just within a year of it coming to us, she was also refused. But we were able to get her a visa to Canada, a study visa to Canada. Let me play a part, just a clip. Just listen to her. Listen to this short clip. It's a live video, so you just listen to it and see.
Processing that trading travel did for you?
No, aside from admission, they also processed my student visa for me. Despite my past experience, my previous issue, like 5 years ago I was banned in US, and I've also applied here in Canada for visiting visa, and I was refused. And so many UK, Germany have applied, and they always referred me to my immigration history which I had with US.
Okay.
So until when I met Truly.
So that means despite refusals in different countries, here you are in Canada studying life
Yes.
and direct. So I'm aware that the US and Canada share information, but I'm impressed and amazed that you're currently in Canada studying in spite of and regardless of the 5-year ban you mentioned.
Yeah, everything is on Truly. Truly did it all. I was surprised too, because our belief is that America and Canada share information, and once they give you something in America, Canada will also support, which was my first experience when I applied here for visiting. So they also referred me to American issues, that because I'm having issue with America. So when I met TrueLink online, I explained everything to him, and he reviewed my profile. From there, he contacted Canada Embassy to ask the reason for my previous refusal, which they told him all about it, and from there we planned together, and he applied for school, and everything started and headed well.
So can you please share processing that?
Yeah, so I'm back. So that's one of our clients who actually came to our office in Canada to talk about what we did, and we're grateful to her for that. She had a ban. She had many refusals, including Canada refusals. So one of the first things you need to do when you have a refusal is get the back end note of the refusal. Make sure you do that. Don't just go and reapply without seeing what the officer had written behind. If you go and reapply without seeing that, your visa may be refused again, because if you fail to address what the visa officer refused your previous visa for, he will refuse it again. They will just turn it back the same way. They'll just turn it back to you and say, in fact, they will just copy and paste the same reason and send it back to you. And I'm sure you don't want that to happen. So ensure that if you have had any, even if it's one refusal, two refusal, get all the back end notes. Let a professional help you analyze the reason why your visa was refused and make sure it is well addressed in the new application that you are submitting. If you do this, the likelihood that you get your visa is very high. We are experts when it comes to visa refusal management. We have assisted so many people who had previous visas to get their visas back. In fact, we recently got a reconsideration case settled. The visa officer refused it on some very flimsy reasons, and we wrote back to them, and he himself just reviewed it back and changed his mind about it and approved the visa. So if you need help with that, you can always reach out to us. We can help you get your visa if you have previously been refused. So I want to encourage us once again to follow us on all our social media channels. Handle is at TrueLink Travel. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, and we're also on YouTube. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel at TrueLink Travel, and make sure you click on the bell button so that whenever we post any video, you will be the first to get to know about it. So I'm sure you've gotten one or two things from what I spoke about today. I want to thank you for being a part of the program today. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family, and also follow us on social media. So when we post any video or we're having any event like this, you actually get to know. And do again is at TrueLink Travel. Thank you once again for being a part of today's program. So I'll take questions now. So many questions. How long does it take to get a decision after biometrics? Well, how long does it take? It can take from 1 week to 5 months to 6 months. What you need to do is we need to check the current processing time on the website of IRCC. We need to check the current processing time on their website. When we check that, we'll be able to tell you this is the average time that should take. But that does not mean that is how long it's going to take. I've had applications submitted and gotten approvals in a week. I've had some 3 months, I've had some 5 months, I've had some 6 months. So it depends. So there's no fixed period for processing time after biometrics. How can one have a consultation with you and not your representative? Yeah, if you book a consultation, you can. If you book a consultation, his consultation is paid. It's not free. If you want to talk to me directly, so book a consultation, you will talk to me directly. It's very possible. What are your charges? Please send a chat to us on WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp number is +1 587 568 6124. We have different prices for different things, so we'll be able to tell you our charges for the different programs that you have. So once I can family travel together on a study visa very well. We have processed so many visas like that for people. We have been able to bring their families together. Some of them will process it together at once. Some of them will process it one after the other, depending on your circumstances. So that's one of the things we do. We review your profile and decide on the best method to use for you. And that's why you're using professional like us. But it's possible to process all your study visas together as a family. Your spouse will get an open work permit, while your children will get a study permit to study in Canada. So it's very possible. Yeah, someone said that happened to me. I'm sure it's the bank statement stuff that I talked about. So be careful. Be very careful. How many weeks after admission do one need to show proof of funds? When you're ready to submit, you need to show proof of funds, but it's better for the money to have been in your account before that time. Don't just think that you want to just pay it in and print your statement that same day and say you have 10 million in your account or you have proof of funds. No. You need the money. It's good that the money sits down in your account for a while, at least for a while. It's better. What should be the best proof of link between a sponsor and an applicant? Your sponsor can be your parent. If your parents, your birth certificate. If it's your auntie, if you can show pictures of what you have done together in the past, pictures of yourselves with her or with him, whatever relationship. You can also do an affidavit stating that this person is this, that. So there's many ways you can do that. Someone said, do you assist in writing SOPs? Yes, you can reach out to us. We can guide you on that. Definitely. We can test you on that. They still make use of the NSC rules for study application. The NSE route is the Nigerian Student Express. Hmm. I don't know what to say. What okay, I told you we had so many study approvals in January. None of them went through the NSC routes. It's so funny. They don't even talk about it again. I don't know why. But what we do, one of the things we do, I think maybe why they don't talk about it again for my own applicant is because most time the requirement for the NSC we provide it. We most of the times we had my bank statements to the application, so they can easily verify the bank statement without them having to go to the bank to confirm. So the only other thing that remains is IELTS, and most times that's not an issue for Nigerians because if you have studied in Nigeria, you have your BS in Nigeria, you have your masters in Nigeria, nobody should be asking for IELTS. So I think maybe that's why. But even the NSC route, the few clients I had who passed through that NSC, the Nigerian Student Express last year, it wasn't completed in 30 days. No, it was as good as a regular whatever. So it doesn't. I don't even talk about NSC route again, at least for now. Do you also have service for US visa? Yes, we have. Reach out to us, send a chat to us. You can see our WhatsApp number on the screen. It's +1 587 568 6124. We'll tell you how that. How do I process for AIPP? Reach out to us, send a chat to us. If AIPP, we can help you with that. But you need to have an employer in Canada. We'll give you a job offer for that. We can always help you with that. How can I get Canada visa turn employment? Yeah, you need to first get the visa first. Yeah, you need to get a visit visa for coming to Canada. Then you start looking for employment, and if you get one, there's a policy that's currently ongoing that you can use to convert from a visitor visa to a work visa. It's possible if you meet the requirement. So it's not automatic. Don't think once you just come in on a visitor visa, it's automatic. You get a work visa. No, it doesn't work like that. Someone said, can a brother who is a US student sponsor a sister once studying in, I don't know if it's America? Or yes, it's possible. Very possible. Very possible. If I am sponsoring somebody to my student, do I need to open an account for them and start paying in money into the account, or can I use my own account for them? You can use your own account for them, and you can decide to pay the money into the account and say and give a letter to back it up. How do you study visa for Netherlands? Reach out to us on that. We have a protocol for that. We'll tell you what you need to do. Study visa for Netherlands is possible. We'll get your admission and also help with the visa process. We have an agent there who works with us on that. So you can reach out to us on that, and we'll definitely help you on that. I have admission already from Canada. What should be prepare? What should I prepare for? We can help. The next thing is the visa process. So reach out to us. We can help you with the visa process. Just reach out to us and definitely we'll help you. What's the time to get study visa approved after submission? 1 week to 5 months. It's between 1 week and 5 months. It depends. How much do you do Canada visa? There are so many visas we have for Canada. So reach out to us on through our WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp number again is +1 587 568 6124. So we can tell you how we process that and the amount we charge for that. How does one start with nomination and how long does it take? With nomination can take a minimum of 1 year. It depends. So we advise that you go to our website. Let me show you our website. Fill out a free assessment on our website. Our website www.truelinktravel.com. TRULINKTRAVEL.com. Go there, fill out a free assessment on our website, and we'll assess you, and you get directions on all what you need to do as per provincial nomination. How does one start? Okay, what is the duration one has to put full refund in account before and after submitting study application? I tell people you can put the best thing is to have your funds in your account for 6 months. The best. But if you cannot have it for 6 months, it can be less. It can be 1 week, it can be 2 weeks, it can be 3 weeks, it can be 4 weeks, it can be 1 month, it can be 2 months. It's a range. But the question is, how is that funds going into your account? That's what I'm bothered about. Document it, make sure you write it in your statement of purpose. Is someone giving it to you? Is it your savings? Where did it come from? So, but the best thing is for it to be in your account for 6 months. If you cannot be in your account for 6 months, it's possible to be there for less than that time. But document everything, because if they say all transactions go into your account, they can use that to refuse your visa. Apart from money, what do one need to prepare for student visa? Apart from money, yeah, I said it earlier on. Watch this video again. Your statement of purpose is very important. Proof of funds is important. The cost you are going to submit, the cost you are going to do is very important, and so many other things. So Work visa application can be achieved within 6 months. Study visa can be achieved within 6 months. Very well, conveniently. Study visa can be achieved within 6 months. If you want to migrate to Canada if you want to be in Canada in 2022, if you really want to be in Canada as fast as possible, reach out to us. We can help you process the study visa. We are currently rounding up admission for September 2022. So we can help you. That means you can start the program by September. So reach out to us. So thank you. That's the last question I can see here. Thank you for their channels, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. So when we post anything, you can be the first to get to know. Thank you.